Okay. All right. What up, everybody? Thank you for joining us. Andrew Taylor here. For those of you who I have not met, I started with Family First Life about 3 months into them opening up. My Family First Life agent number was FFL 356. So I was the 356th person to join the company. Our first major event, we had about 100 people there. It's kind of amazing to see what this has evolved to and how many people have been impacted in such a short time, and how many, just thinking about how many death benefits have been paid from FFL. I'd actually like to get that number. Um, today I think we're going to have a little bit of fun, and I'm going to teach you guys what we use to recruit now, but we're going to give you a lot of context behind it so you guys can do the same thing, okay? Just to give you guys some to be really honest with you guys, when I joined FFL, I didn't want to recruit anybody because I was like, if I can make 200 to 300K a year selling life insurance and I don't have to talk to anybody, I'm cool with that. So I was really bad at first, but I do believe anybody can get really good at sales if they do a lot of repetition. And I always tell people you can use this for your new agents coming on board. Your first 100 appointments are practice. So like if you get rejected 100 times or you struggle 100 times, consider it all practice. Now the trick is how fast can you do that 100 appointments? Can you do it in a year or can you do it in 6 weeks? And then you go, okay, I feel like I know what I'm doing. And then all of a sudden things start to make more sense for you. But I was really bad. I started selling a lot. I just went to my storage unit and I found all of my old schedule books, handwritten, writing out 30 appointments a week to go to people's houses personally. So like I'd drive to every single person's house. I would pitch them. A lot of times they wouldn't be home. And today we're going to talk about technology. But before we do that, I really want to give you guys um, some context on what has happened in the industry. Okay, so I always tell people this. Um, 2008. I always tell people this story. 2018. I'm in the field, and I'm in a town called San Bernardino, California. Does anyone know where San Bernardino is? You do? It popped up on Instagram yesterday. It said that it was voted the dirtiest city in America 2 years in a row. I was like, how do you how do you win that? Um, but this is a place I would go sell, and on one beautiful sunny day, 2000 in 2018, I was still in the field, and I go to this house. I go to this lead that I called and I booked an appointment with, and there's no house there. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird. But there is in the very back, like a scary wood, um, like wall with like some tents or something behind it. I was like, yo, this is scary. This is freaky. So, and there's a big dog bowl that like maybe a pit bull or something is somewhere back there. But I've never backed out of an appointment. I have this rule where if I'm scared, it means I should do it. If I don't want to do it, it means I should do it. So I'm like, I'm definitely gonna go in this backyard or in this front yard. I'm gonna see what's up. I'm gonna go knock on this fence back here and see what's going on. And then I tell people this story, and they're like, dude, he's definitely lying. Everyone always tells me that. They're like, bro, your stories are so crazy. You're lying. So what they don't know is I would always film these scenarios because I'm like, let me show you I'm actually not lying. And let me show you I actually have proof. And they're like, dude, we can't believe you actually document all this crazy stuff that happens. So we decided to pull up this video for you guys, very short video of me in the field in 2018, and you guys can see what this was like. Let's do this, Drew. That's my appointment. Here's the address. No house here. Let me go in the back and see. the house behind that gate. I'm gonna leave this gate open in case that turns on. Hello. Hey Drew, can you turn the volume up? Tiffy Dodd here. Mrs. Watt. I'm here for an insurance appointment.
Oh, hell no.
All right, Drew. Now, what I like to tell people is I like to show this next video. Drew, pull this one up. This is they threw a chair over the wall and came out, and I wrote a policy on a paper application to this nice lady. Drew, you can pause that. I just need to document this for people who think that that was not a sale. All right. Why am I showing you this? Okay. Because we're talking about recruiting. So recruiting has gotten so much easier over the years because who wants to do what I just showed you? Does anybody on here want to do that? That came with the job. Okay. So I was trying to recruit like super nice people. And they're like, bro, you're not okay doing this. Like something's wrong with you. And I'm like, for sure. But I'd be like, oh, I want to recruit my cousin who's this nice girl. But she's like, dude, I'm not doing that. Well, what happened in 2020? COVID happened. All the carriers went virtual. All of a sudden, this whole thing opens up to the entire world where they don't. Now, you could go do that. And I still actually, if I was still selling, I still would go do that because it's actually fun and it gives you a lot of perspective on life. And I think it's actually healthy for you. But now all of a sudden we have this opportunity where anybody from anywhere can close. They just need their computer. So numbers in life insurance explode because it opens up this door to anybody. But what I think does happen a lot is the work ethic it required gets lost in the shuffle of this transition for a lot of people and the expectations. Like we're talking like 2 days of booking appointments to spend 3 days away from home driving around to hit 10 to 12 appointments per day, every day, or every single week, no matter what, to try to write 10 to 15K, where people are doing that without leaving their house and hitting the gym in mid-afternoon. So this technology transition makes everybody's life easier, awesome, opens up the door. Now we have what I call the gold rush. Okay. So a lot of people, we always used to say, if you think about selling life insurance, you think of this old dude with a hairy chest, a gold watch, who's going to pressure you into buying something back in the day. Doesn't sound like something a lot of people want to do. Well, now as the word's getting out, it's the sexiest thing in sales. As you guys can see, a lot of young people discovered how much money you can make. A lot of people in door to door, a lot of people in solar, a lot of people in other industries, a lot of people that just don't like their job, a lot of people that just want to be self-employed, but they're finding out that this is the ticket. So for everybody on here, we're entering what I'm calling the gold rush of life insurance sales. So if you don't start recruiting, you're going to miss this window because it's a 350-year-old industry or more or older, but it was reinvented 4 years ago. And now it's like anybody with a computer, a phone, we had a lady who was in the hospital selling policies in the hospital bed. So it's like opening up the door for everybody. So this is getting super exciting, but what I want to share with you guys, so Zoom was the first technology shift that we saw, and it was amazing on what it did for this industry and how many more people we can help, how we can do things over the phone now. We don't have to have paper applications. We don't have to fax them in, all this stuff. Now, I'm going to talk to you guys about software today, and I believe this is the next transition for growth when it comes to recruiting to make your lives easier, but also make it where we can do 10 times more. We can do 10 times more and we don't have to put as much effort in. And I'm going to explain this to you guys, and I want you to learn how I'm explaining it, because I talked to 10 this week, every single day. I talked to somebody and I talked them into coming to work with Family First Life for nothing but this tool that they have access to for free. That's it. So you want to go like, how are you recruiting people? You could argue, well, one, if you're recruiting, you never talk bad about other people ever. Like if you say your company sucks, they're immediately going to get defensive and be like, I don't want to work with you. But two, it has nothing to do with comp. It has nothing to do with training. It has nothing to do with anything except this is accessible. You guys can offer this being part of Integrity. And if someone is not, they cannot offer it. So we're gonna run through this, and then we also have one of my good friends and an agent who used this to start selling IULs as a brand new agent with no experience, and I know that can be pretty intimidating for people. But I'm gonna run through how I'm recruiting people using this tool and really what the future looks like for it. So Drew, let's pull this thing up. All right, and Drew, can you unmute Brett?
I think you should be able to just unmute.
Okay, Brett, can you unmute, dude?
There we go.
What up, dude?
What's happening?
All right, everybody. So this is one of my best friends. We met in first grade fighting in the bus line. And then became best friends. And how long you been doing this, Brett?
Almost a year and a half.
Year and a half. You just got back. Now you put in work wherever you go on your computer, right? So you're kind of like an example of this new generation of what you can do.
Yep, I just wrote a policy in Cabo. Yeah.
Nice, my man. What are you doing per week?
I think I did 36K last week. But I'm probably averaging about 15 around there.
Okay, so 36K last week. Did I hear that right?
Correct.
How many policies was that?
It's a small amount, only 9, I think, 9 policies.
9 policies, but you're doing IULs.
Correct.
And you use the tool we're going to share to write IULs comfortably.
Yep.
Okay. Now, this business is interesting because he's doing this, but guess what? How many people you got selling now on your team?
45.
Okay, so all of a sudden, now how many actually sell though? Like
45. I have 130, 135.
Okay, people want to work with them. How long you been doing this? A year and a half?
Yep.
No insurance experience.
Mm-mm.
You didn't know anyone in the industry. You didn't come from somewhere else. You didn't take people with you. Nothing.
No.
All organic.
Yep.
Okay. So check this out, everybody. People want to work with him. Why? He's in Zoom all day selling live in front of people. And then instead of spending his time quoting and doing busy work that doesn't pay you, he teaches all his agents to use this system we're going to show you. Okay. So I like to call this high speed, low drag. Now, if you ignore this, when you bring people on, they're not going to know what to do, and you could lose people in the shuffle, and it could be harder for them to get paid. Now, when we're recruiting, there's a rule, okay? Everybody on here, the longer it takes them to get paid, the less likely you're going to lose this agent. So what's my goal immediately? They need to get paid right away. Brett, what do we do when you were new to make sure you got paid?
Vault a lot.
No, remember you came to Vegas.
Oh yeah, the lock-in, 100%. Yeah, I went to lock-in, got my first sale, first day, last call at the lock-in.
And we were like, yo, you can't go home if you don't make a sale. Why was I doing that?
Because I wanted to go home.
No. Also because I'm like, dude, if he doesn't get paid soon, he's gonna lose interest and he's gonna lose faith that this works.
For sure.
So if you're working with people, what do we got to do to get them paid right away? Hey Brett, can we unmute Josiah real quick? Or Josiah, can you unmute? Dude, people got to hear this story.
Yep.
It won't let him. Drew, can you see if it will?
No, I don't even see him in here.
I see him. Joeziah.
Yeah, I can't like physically unmute him. I just asked him to unmute.
One more time. I think he had it.
Try again. Yeah.
Who, me?
There we go.
Josiah, what up, my man?
What up, brother? How you doing?
Good. All right. This is what it's all about, everybody on here. Okay. Josiah, tell us about when did we first talk?
Probably like mid-August.
Mid-August. And tell us about the phone call you made to me.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty much rock bottom. Had nothing. I was actually homeless with my kids, staying at someone's house. And yeah, I reached out. I figured I had nothing else to lose and everything else to gain. I found you actually on social media, did a little bit of digging, found your number, and I just called and asked for a shot.
Okay. And then what'd you do after that?
I spent every last dollar I had to go to the Vegas lock-in.
And what happened at the Vegas lock-in?
I made my first sale. It was weird because it was pretty much the same exact situation as Brett. It was the last call of the day. And yeah, I think it was $1 million term.
And how old are you?
I'm 23.
So he's 23. You got 2 young kids. How old?
My daughter's 5. My son is 2.5.
And I have not followed up with you in a few weeks. How has it been in the last few weeks?
Good. Just yesterday I rode over 5K.
Okay. So for everybody on here, this is what this whole business is about. It's not about cars. It's not about freaking how cool you look. It's about helping people that really want it in this situation. And Josiah, how much has it meant to you that we go, you know what, we want to invest in this kid and we want to help him? And Brett's obviously been a huge part of that. But how much does that mean to you?
It means the world to me. I mean, thanks to FFL, I got a nice apartment, and I'm doing okay now. And so it truly means the world to me.
Yeah, you the man, bro. I'm excited to see what you do in this business.
I appreciate it, man. And I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, you the man. All right, Drew, so guys, for everybody on here, why am I doing this? If we leverage the technology, we can help more people. We can spend more time finding and helping people than we do worrying about showing somebody how to run a quote, okay? And this is getting better every single day, every day. All right, Drew, I can't see Life Center if it's up, but you might have taken it down for a second. Okay, good job. All right. So everybody, first of all, a new agent has access to this by going to familyfirstlife.com, clicking on, does it say Life Center, Drew?
Yes.
Okay. But this is a suite of products that there has been millions and millions of dollars put into. I don't even want to say the number. It is absolutely insane. And just so everybody knows, Integrity's investment on this is because they know that if they if they could help the current agent base make more money, that their lives easier and they can make more money, the long-term upside of what this is going to do to this industry is going to be absolutely insane. And it's so worth it. But Drew, let's go to, first I want to share it with everybody. Drew, go to the dashboard. So every single agent can log in here. And I want to show you guys a couple really cool things. So you guys see this unlinked policies right here? So this is my book that I never could manage when I was selling life insurance because I was keeping track on a spreadsheet. Drew, scroll up because I don't want names and all that on here. Or click off there. Yeah. All right. So I was keeping track on a spreadsheet that I would like, it was the most unorganized thing on the planet. Now, what is this tool doing for you? And this is getting better and better every single day. This tool is putting all your policies from all your carriers in one place so you can truly build your book of business. Now, a lot of people say if you build your book of business properly, you should stop buying leads after 2 years. Why is that? Because you have people you can call that you can help with additional policies, you can do conversions, you can do kids, you can get referrals, and you have a customer base that you can use. Now, this has never been done before because it's insanely hard to connect to all these different carriers and then have the data flowing into one place. So right now, at the end of every month, they upload all your book, and you can see your policies, and then on top of that, you can see who didn't get approved. You can see who they're launching. If a person's payment lapses, it's going to show up in here. There is thousands of lapse policies that people don't follow up with because they get busy going after the new commission. So there's thousands of them. It gives them birthday reminders, emails, text messages. They're releasing scheduling, so you'll have your own booking link for your schedule. And this is just one part of this tool. But hey, Drew,
Yo.
for everybody on here, also, if you can see this outbound recorded call right here, this is kind of crazy and it does the same thing. If someone wants to use this call tool, it's completely free, but the call, you do have to let the customer know that the call is being recorded for note-taking purposes. And this is being fed into Ask Integrity, which is updating all your clients' notes. So it has everything about all your customers through your conversations on the phone. So I was writing stuff on scratch paper back in the day, and now you got this, which is now on the Medicare side, Integrity does this quite a bit, and it does start to pre-fill the application. So like imagine talking to somebody, and then instead of spending so much time typing, you just have to make sure that AI converted all the data properly into your stuff. But Drew, go to Ask Integrity on the bottom right. Okay. And then throw in there, tell me about Andrew Taylor. All right, so check this out. Andrew Taylor lives in Nevada. He has 0 providers, 0 prescriptions on record, and does not have a pharmacy linked to the profile. Your most recent recorded activity with Andrew was an outbound call recorded on August 19th, 2025. That was me just messing around, but it will tell you additional information about this customer. Now, I gave you guys this example of what the transition of Zoom did to this industry. Now I'm giving you the example of how you leverage this and take advantage of a big explosion in this industry as well, which is going to be pretty insane. Now, Drew, can you go to all right, let's go to this. Is there a spot where they can set their website up, Drew?
Oh yeah. That's like my favorite part.
Okay. This is stuff people don't even know about.
So
But basically, for everybody on here, do you guys know how Zillow leads work? I can't see the comments, but
let me bring it up for you. Yeah.
okay. So Zillow leads is the way Zillow leads work is if you go on Zillow.com and you look for a house, it recommends an agent near real estate agent nearby for you. So on what Integrity's done is they've set something up called it's similar, and a lot of people looking for life insurance, when they click on like I want a quote, if you fill out your website, you'll come up as a recommended agent for that person because they've figured out that every single person in America has an Integrity agent within 6 miles from their house. So it's like, do you want somebody right by you to meet with you to help you with all your needs? Boom, here is this person. So Drew, let's go to this. You set up your website, and where does it show what it looks like, Drew?
Yeah. So yours isn't really set. I was trying to pull mine up.
Let's set mine.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. The website link on the
Yeah.
bottom left.
So you
All
can
right.
copy that. We can go to new page. And, rather than sending, hey, I'm going to send you my state license, MPN and all that, here's your website.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, if you have a customer, okay, and you send them this for credibility. Now, anytime they call or email, it shows up in your Integrity Connect site. And then it also, there's a lot of cool things. Like, I'm going to tell you guys this because where we're going with this is insane. But, like, if you add Medicare at some point with us, they can self-enroll. So you don't even have to talk to them. They can self-enroll on your site and you can get paid. Now, where we're going with life is I believe at some point you're going to be able to use this as kind of like a nurturing link similar to Ethos, but they can enroll in any product through here. So it's pretty sick. Now, Drew, let's get to selling, or let's get to quoting. All right, so this is where I want to bring Brett in. Brett, can you unmute again? If you're still there. Oh, you got to ask him, Drew.
I think he's on the phone, he said. Oh, ask to unmute.
There we go. Sorry.
Okay. All right, Brett. So on this, how helpful is this coming from someone who sells IULs and being new to be able to quote IULs here?
I mean, it's huge. I mean, I think the biggest, even now, not news, like the biggest thing you need is time, right? You need as much time as you can get. And I wasted a lot of time before I started using it, getting apps declined, reading through underwriting guides. So this is just like it's a time crunch.
Okay. So we're going to run through this and show you guys. So what do you guys want to see on here? Do you want to see us quote final expense, fully underwritten IUL, simplified IUL, or simplified term?
Yeah, I think final expense is good too because it's.
Let's see the notes. You guys want to see FEX? Damn, everyone wants to see FEX. Drew, pull those notes back so I could see.
I think it's best too because FEX
fully
is
underwritten. Okay, so you guys want to see it all. All right, Drew, let's do this real quick. Let's do FEX. All right, mail. 6. All right. Okay, so Drew, let's not put stuff in, but guys, this will do the underwriting for you. This is why I don't want a new agent to, I want them to use this because I don't want them to call me without having attempted to use this first, because this does it for them. But if you don't tell them, they don't know. So Drew, go down, go to continue to quote. All right, now I got to tell you guys something funny. So now this is going to pop up with all the available options. Drew, scroll down, scroll, and show everybody. And then the cool thing is the single sign-on, which Grady has a good point of like single. This is the most beautiful 3 letters on the planet, SSO. That means that this automatically logs you into every single carrier. So click one of them, Drew, and let's see if it works.
Keep in mind, you have to add a
Yeah.
contact.
Now you guys got to remember when you quote and you're going to actually apply, you have to make a contact because that is tracking everything you've ever quoted for everybody. So along with keeping the data on your current book of business, you're also keeping it on everybody you ever quoted, and it will store all this information.
All right, pop-up blocker. Hold on. Let's try this again.
Did you break it, Drew?
Probably.
All right. So while we're going through this, somebody told me the other day, they go, hey, it takes like 3 seconds to load something. And I was like, dude, if you were with me, I'd punch you in the face because we would drive an hour or 2 to run an appointment. And now we're complaining because it takes 3 seconds to load something. But I thought I was kidding. I wasn't really going to punch him in the face, but I thought it was funny. Seriously, Drew? All right.
It ain't my fault. Take a second. All right. I just had pop-up blocker on.
Okay. So if you're doing this, you got to make sure you don't have pop-up blocker on.
Chubb, yes, is on here, I believe. So
Yeah, Chubb is on here. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So you click this and
brings you to iPipeline.
brings you to iPipeline. It automatically logs you into Transamerica's e-app.
Pulls all the data.
And so think about this. So like as you're building a big team, you don't have to deal with this stuff anymore, and they can start calling right away because they can do everything from this. But we do have to teach them to use it, and to teach them to use it, we have to learn to use it. Does that make sense to everybody?
And if you go to my cases too, it'll have all the apps you've written in one place. So
Oh yeah, this is gangster. So yeah, like no one has this. So like every carrier that you're quoting, all the apps are in here for every single company, which is sick. All right, Drew, go back to the quoting tool. All right, let's go back and let's do a fully underwritten IUL. So like now, what's the difference between fully underwritten IUL and simplified IUL? Does anyone know? Simplified is instant decision. Fully underwritten, there's some underwriting, but the pricing could be a little bit better for someone who's super healthy. But this is what's sick about this. All you do is what's your IUL goal? Is it accumulation or protection? What do those two things mean? Are you doing it for cash value, or are you doing it to have a big life insurance policy? So I just did a big IUL on myself, and I picked for protection. And the reason I picked for protection is because I only wanted to pay a death benefit out. I wanted the biggest death benefit I could get because I don't plan on taking any money out of it, and I just wanted to take care of my family if something happens to me. So Drew, let's click on
protection. Sorry.
Yeah, or Brett, what do you normally run these at, just so people know?
I usually do what do you mean like running that?
Like, do you run it at accumulation or protection when you sell it?
Usually protection because it's the type of protection I'd say.
Okay, all right. So let's put this in. Now, if you get the leads in Integrity Connect, all this data is pre-filled. So if you use their system and you get Ethos leads or other types of leads, their contact is already in here. It'll already be pre-filled for you, so you don't have to do all this. All right, so Brett, explain what these are.
So I mean, I always run it as standard. Death benefit's gonna be what amount of protection they want. So say you're selling a trucker, you do some digging and you find out what his debt would be if he passes. So we'll say 100 grand. And so you could run it as standard. He may get preferred plus, preferred standard plus, but I always go worst case scenario. So if they do get something better, it's just a plus, makes you look better. Full
Pay
pay.
period is
Yeah,
full
but
pay, just pay forever.
yeah, that means just pay for the time being. You could always change that later, but single pay and 10 pay is gonna be a little bit more uh for certain clients. So I always go full pay. For the product solves, I go to uh
I
see
would just leave it at this. This
yeah.
is designed to go to age 121. The policy that I just did, I wanted it. I was like, what if AI comes out with something and you live past 100, and then if this thing expires and I paid all this money into it, I was like, I'd rather just make sure it goes to age 121.
When it matures, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, all right, go to continue, Drew. So this is recommending all the fully underwritten policies that I have to sell that I'm contracted with FFL. Now, a lot of people don't know we have all these carriers. Like, but all you got to do is reach out and you can get all these different carriers. If you have a carrier with FFL, it will automatically show up here. Okay. So then if you were to click on policy details, that little button right there, this will break everything down for you. Now, this is a fully underwritten case. This is fully underwritten case, which sometimes could take blood, urine, and doctor records. I think if you only write fully underwritten IULs, it's going to take a really long time to get paid. I just did one, and we started it February of this year, and it is still not issued. It may be issued in the next day or two. But they literally wanted to know every single thing about me my entire life. Every doctor I've ever seen requested all these records, sent a doctor to my house, did all these tests, and it was pretty crazy. So fully underwritten can delay pay. So we're going to go back and show you guys what most people do, which is the simplified issue IUL. And this is one that just gets accepted or rejected on the spot. So simplified issue IUL. Brett, tell us about that, because you started with a lot of fully underwritten IULs and now you're using a lot of Mutual of Omaha and Americo IULs. Can you explain the mindset behind that?
Yeah, I mean, exactly what you're saying. It's like I really realized it when I started recruiting is that if a new agent comes in and they don't know the underwriting and they don't know how they work and you do fully written, you're gonna be treading water until you bleed yourself out. And so what I realized is that I mean, and there's so many new simplified issues, but going with the simplified, you get paid usually the same week. It's an instant approval, so you don't have to follow up the client back and forth. You don't have to wait for underwriting to respond. So even like it's funny, even now I have running more simplified issues just because of the easy process.
Yeah. All right. So everybody kind of get the point here. Does anybody have any questions on this, Drew? You could take this off now, Drew, and let's bring the chat thing back on.
Yeah, I think I wrote 85% Mutual of Omaha my first year.
Yeah. All right. Any questions on this? All right. Now, I also want to say this. This industry turned into a very interesting industry where, like, we want to make money when you make money as a new agent. Okay? And that's what the company was. That's how FFL started. But somewhere along the way, it became, let's see how much money we can charge agents for. Like, people go, let's charge for tools, and then a new agent starts and they have $300, $400, $500, $600 a month in tools, and it's like, yo, I haven't even been paid yet. Okay. And then a lot of managers or people in the industry are pushing stuff that they get paid on. So they have a deal where if you buy this CRM, I'm going to get paid. Now, I love this because this kind of gives us a reset where everything's 100% free and you don't have to pay for quoting. You don't have to pay for anything that you don't want to. And you don't even have to tell an agent they have to buy anything because this is all done. AI recording, calling, texting, quoting, managing customers, everything's all done because Integrity knows they'll make more money long term if we adopt this technology properly. Okay? But what do we got to do first? We have to learn it ourselves, and if there's any issues you have, there's a little box at the bottom that says live chat. And that live chat is super helpful if you're missing a carrier for quoting or if you're missing anything. NLG has a product that's coming out. I think it's today. If you don't have NLG contract, make sure to get it. But the NLG contract, the NLG instant issue policy is dropping this week, and it is really cool because we flew there and I got to see it, and it's pretty awesome.
And the integration for iPipeline for Integrity Connect should be there by the end of this week.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Any other questions? So this is for everybody on here. The question, does this replace the CRM? I don't know exactly what that means because you guys can use any CRM you want, but this is just a tool you guys can use that has all these features in addition to whatever else you're using. Okay. But
Basically is a CRM.
Yeah, but it basically is a CRM. Now, long term, if you get your team, so let me explain this to you. If you get your team to quote and enroll through here, and then you can now see your downlines activity, which is coming. So you'll be able to see how many people they quote, how many they enroll. You'll be able to see some metrics on your downline, on your downline. Then imagine in 10 years, your team can go back and you can follow up with all the people that didn't buy, but you quoted and you knew exactly what was talked to, what they said on the call, because it's all in the notes for your customers. So you literally could go back and go, hey, let me call everybody that told me no last year. And you can pop in there and you can literally go, hey, we offered you this. Why didn't you take it? Your dog's name is Spike. And how's your kid Timmy doing in football? You could do all that stuff. You can import any outside leads into the system. So that's definitely 100% done. They are integrating with Ringy. If people use Ringy and where like it will automatically sync notes back and forth with Ringy. And they are integrated with Phone Burner, which is another call tool that people like because it has a power dialer attached to it. So there are a lot of integrations coming. It's only going to get better. But if you guys don't know how to use it, then you're not going to be a part of that. Chubb is in there. So Heather, it's not in there? Did you check today? Yeah. Oh yeah, thanks. $1,000 bonus for anybody who does 10 policies through Quick Quote by November 14th, and it'll be paid before Christmas. So you want to talk about motivating agents, go, dude, this is free. You get $1,000 bonus if you issue 10 policies through here, and you'll get the check right before Christmas. And that's a nice little thing to help people have an even better Christmas.
The selling permissions are one thing that you might want to touch on.
Well, Drew, do you want to show them that? Because you're better at that than I am.
Yeah, so for those who aren't really seeing carriers in there, it's pretty, one of the first steps you're going to want to do is it pretty much syncs with your with NIPR. But when you go into your account, you go to selling permissions, you're going to see all the carriers that you have writing numbers with right here. If for some reason a carrier isn't there, you can simply attest and click add new.
So some of them are automatically being added, and then if they're not automatically added, yeah, there's combine right there.
And then you put your writing number in right there, and then that should pop up the quote.
Drew, can we put my combined writing number in and see if it adds?
Let's see. I just texted to you the other day, right?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get it real quick.
For everybody on here, Factory Fresh, also named Andrew Buez, who you guys hear talking, he can do the job of like 10 people at one time. Pretty impressive.
Hey, why he does that too? You can always take off my appointed products, and it'll show everybody as well. Just
Oh
like a
yeah.
But with pre-existing medical conditions, if you put it in there, it's going to only show the carriers that will accept them.
Yeah.
Why isn't it?
So Brett, you use that as a tool where like if your thing isn't synced up, you can uncheck my appointed products and it shows every carrier's price.
every carrier. Yep. You don't have to be appointed with them or anything.
That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. T749. Oh, so P. Save. Okay. Okay. Let's see here.
Yeah, I know Chubb. I had an issue with the Chubb product the other day. Now, if you're on here, make sure to get your Chubb product, get your upline to send you Chubb because it's a pretty cool final expense product.
Oh, it should show.
Boom. Heather, there it is right there. All right, Drew, can you can
Yeah.
turn this off now. All right.
Ethan
How do you
was not
add
active.
one from a tested to active? I have ones for manual, but not active. They are showing when I quote. Now, Elijah, could they not be showing because of the underwriting? Like, could it be knocking them out? Hey, Drew, this is a good question. Do we register ourselves or is there an FFL link?
Okay, that is a great question. So really when you don't want to register yourselves, you want to go through Gateway. So you want to do it through familyfirstlife.com, create your Gateway account, and click on Life Center from there. That's how you want to
Get in.
You want to be within the FFL. Otherwise, that's a big holdup. A lot of people do. They just go to Integrity. They can technically create their own account. But then, if your upline wants to send you, I don't know, lead vouchers or whatnot, they won't be able to because you're not in the organization.
Yeah. Now, Brett, tell everybody about how, because we've been doing recruiting calls. What do you explain to them how I'm using this to recruit? You got to unmute him again.
Damn, I don't know why it does that. Oh, and then I got to unmute Elijah too.
Probably good so we don't get Zoom bombed like we did last
Sorry
time.
about that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we had a recruit for a really big team last week. They were looking at a couple different companies that were offering the world, and we went straight to the Integrity tool. We showed them how great of a resource that is, and their biggest thing was time. Like, what saves them time, and they dug into it. I mean, they love the fact that it could handle such a large scale of people, which is big. And they also they love the fact that they'd have to pay for it elsewhere if they didn't join our company.
Yeah, super sick. So, lastly, if no one has any other questions on this, we're going to bring up the next recruiting tip. Where does it ask about the goals for the accumulation of the death benefit? Drew, you want to pull that thing back up? I forgot to show you guys this. Go back to start a new quote. There's a little button right here that says calculate coverage needs. And this is a digital financial inventory, which is everybody actually should use. But run through this, Drew. Put household debt, 100,000, throw some numbers in here. Income, 100K. Years of income replacement, 10. Remaining mortgage, 200, leave it there. That's fine. Although it's probably like 3 times that now just to, and that'd be really low. 3 kids. So I like this because this is getting extra data on the lead, but it's also painting the picture of why they need it. Put cover college. And then it asks about assets where you can now document people you can follow up with annuity business on, which is cool because this is all getting stored under your contact. So this is saying that this person needs $580,000 of coverage. So that could give you a starting point of showing them, hey, in all reality, this is what you're going to need. Isn't that cool? Isn't that tool awesome? And then all this is boom. Now you can also share that with the customer, but all this is stored in your. Dang, Philip Masters is smoking a cigar on the. Oh, that's a
No, that
picture.
background.
Oh, I was gonna say, dang, dude, it's legit. So super cool. With this tool, I have no excuse not to sell. This is awesome. Yeah, Sarani, yes. Let's see. Okay. Lastly, guys, when I'm recruiting, there's a couple things that I was taught early on. The first thing I was taught was the numbers, you can't beat the numbers and the numbers can't beat you. What that means is a new agent cannot cheat if they don't put the activity in. They might get lucky one week, but they cannot succeed long term without putting it in the activity. And the success cannot cheat you if you put in the activity. So the only thing I'm selling an agent on is activity, because there's no way to not make this work if you don't have if you're putting, you can't be cheated out of putting in the activity. But it's real easy right now with social. I just deleted social media this morning. I was like, why am I scrolling on this complete waste of time? I deleted it. I'm like, I'm taking a break from this thing because I can be so much more effective and present with my kids if I'm picking that thing up to scroll. Well, how many times have I done that when I'm dialing or trying to work? All the freaking time, and it's wasting time. So the numbers, the number, you can't beat the numbers and the numbers can't beat you. Remember that. Okay. The next thing is, if you have an agent, are they going to the next major event? And if they're not, why are they not? And if they're not, have you called them and personally invited them and told them how important it is to go? Or did you just send them a text or an email or assume that they read your email blast? So this is what I would do. Actually, how many people on here are going to the Ignite event coming up? Can you drop something in the chat if you are? I'm just curious. Damn right. I like Dustin. I am, thanks to Brett. Let's go. All right. So,
I wanted to show one more thing too.
okay. Go ahead, Drew.
Another pretty sweet feature here is the two-way client sync. So if we go back to our clients, and you click on your client right here, get synced. You can send them an invite to their phone and email, and they can create their own client portal and update their medications
And see all their policies.
all their policies, so they can create their own account. And I don't know, I just think that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, so for everybody watching this, it's basically an app where the customer can see all their policies and all their information.
But yeah, so
yeah, that's pretty crazy. All right, Drew, let's go back to our.
Sorry,
it's all good. 2 houses hosting lock-in and Sean's. Okay, so if you have an agent on here and they're new and they're not going, then I want to give you guys some advice. Okay, how many people in here have agents? Put something in the chat if you have people on your team and they're not going. Can you drop something in the chat? That's it? 7? Okay, so I have news for you. Don't count them as agents. They're probably not going to make it. Okay? This is not an easy business at first. The turnover rate is super high. Now, when I'm going to call an agent, if you text them about going, because I built my whole team from event to event. If you text them about going, that's not enough. It's like texting a client about selling a policy to them. Our job is to help them do what's going to get them to the next level in business. So I'm going to be personally calling everybody and going, did you register? No. Why not? Because I need money. Okay. Have you thought that that could be a reason why you should go? Like, if you need money, do you think you should go because maybe you can get out of this situation you're in? I can't afford to miss it. I like that. So these are personal calls. And then I'm going to go, hey, what can I do to help you go? Like, you got to go. I'm basically telling you have to go. Because if not, what did you do before this? I worked at school district. Okay, you should probably go work at the school district now and save 3 months or 4 months of like trying to figure this thing out. Now that's how intense I am with new agents, because they have to get around the other people that have figured this out and been successful, and they have to learn from them. Now, I also will tell them you can also take a Spirit Airline flight, which is $99, and it's the safest airline in the skies right now. So, like, can you get $99? Do we need to get you a roommate? What do we have to do to get you around the people that are winning? The reason I'm sharing that with you guys is because I hope you guys leave here and you call the people on your team and let them know, like, it might be hard to get there, but the hard things that we do are usually good for us. The uncomfortable things that we do are usually good for us. And that's usually where you get these crazy results. So the reason I'm sharing that with you is because I'm passionate and I believe that a lot of people don't make it because they don't have the information. Drew, can they see this right here?
No, not yet.
Okay, so we're going to show you guys the website. This is free. And this is basically, dang, dude, in 9 days and 16 hours. So all you got to do is go here, register for free. Right now, we have about 2,500 people registered, and all these people that have built amazing businesses, new agents, lead carriers, lead companies, you name it. They got this is pretty sick, a Spanish session from 5 to 9. And it's completely, there's a really good translator and also Spanish trainings on October 2nd. These are the recommended hotels to stay. Now, if I'm on the phone with somebody, let's say, Drew, you could take this off. Let's say I'm on the phone with Heather. I'm going to go, all right, Heather, can you go? And she's gonna go, well, it's gonna be tough. I'm like, I know, but like, people spend $100,000-$200,000 on college. They go for 6 years to learn what they're gonna do, and then they usually get out and they don't have a job. So I'm just asking you to spend a few $100 to learn about your career. And she goes, okay, I'm gonna go. Then I'm gonna go, okay, I'm gonna send the link to your phone right now, and I want you to register right now so you can't back out. Now, I see it as as me closing a policy, the same as me closing an agent. So we're talking about building a business here. This is what I do, because I know I can save a year of time by getting them to go to one event. Make sense? All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate all you guys. I'm excited to grow this business with you and see what the future holds for everybody. And hope you guys have a great week. Thanks, Brett.